Hi, this is Gary with MacMost.com. On today's episode, let's look at cropping photos in the Photos app. So let's start with the photo I've got here. It's got a little hummingbird in a field, but I wasn't close enough to really create a good picture. But I can zoom in on this guy by cropping. So I've got the photo selected in Photos. I'm using the latest version of Photos in El Capitan. I'm going to hit Edit, and then I'm going to hit the Crop button. And this allows me to then crop the photo. Now I can do lots of different things from here. I can grab any corner and drag to reframe what I've got. Now don't worry about what I'm actually capturing. Just get the size right. So if you want something about this size, leave it at that size. Then you can click in the middle and drag, and you're actually not dragging the frame, you're dragging the photo behind it. And now I can drag and move what I want into the center there. Now I can undo to get back to where I was just to demonstrate and show you some other things you can do. You can grab the sides as well as the top and bottom, so you don't just have to grab the corners there. You can also go ahead and set a specific aspect ratio. So say I want to create something that's perfectly square. You can see it makes it square, but not only does it make it square, but now if I grab a corner it will stick with it being square. No matter how I drag the cursor it's going to keep it square. So I get the same result here, but now it sticks with something that's square because I've selected that. And if I wanted to change that, I can change the aspect here by selecting something else or going back to custom where I can just drag any corner. So when I've got it the way I want, I can hit done. And now I can see that my photo looks like this in my library. I can go back to the library here and you can see it's cropped. So you may think, wow, I just permanently changed this. But in fact I didn't at all. If I go back into Edit I still have the Revert to Original button here, which will take it back to how I had it before. So this is useful because if you just wanted this for just a one-time thing, like you wanted to post this to social media, but you don't want to save this cropping in your library, you can do the crop like I did, and then you can go to export the photo, and then use that, upload it somewhere, and then go back into the Photos, Edit, and Revert to Original, and then you get your original back. Another thing that you could have done is you could have duplicated this photo. So I'm going to select Image and then duplicate it right there, and I got these two here, and I can take either one and revert it to original, and you can see now I've got in my library the original right there and the cropped version. So it's actually two of the very same thing, but this one's remembering a crop, whereas this one is just not having any crop or effect or anything applied to it. It's the original photo. It's really kind of a waste of space because they both have the same original photo in them, but sometimes it might be nice to have it that way just as you're browsing through your photos or looking at slideshows to have them in two different ways. Now let's say you want total control. If you go into Edit and then Crop, you can certainly set something square, but you can't actually do anything except affect the ratio size. Say you have to submit a photo and it's got to be something specific. Like it's got to be exactly 250 pixels by 250 pixels. So you've cropped it square, so now you know that you can at least have equal width and height. But how do you export it at that size? Well, you can go to Export, and then you can use this Reveal button here to reveal details, and then you could set a custom size and set a maximum width or height. So in this case it doesn't matter, width and height or height's the same. I can set it to 250 pixels, and when I export I can now get something that's going to be 250 by 250 exactly. Of course I could also use that without actually doing the cropping here. So if I were to go say to the original photo like this, I can go export one photo and then set a maximum width or height there, and it would automatically calculate the other dimension to fit whatever I've set as the maximum there. So I can get some sort of resizing done here, and I can combine that with cropping to get an exact photo size if I want.